Hello everyone, hope you're all doing great. In today's video, we are going to brush up our English grammar a little bit because I noticed that most of the students get confused when it comes to present sentences and they have to use s and es in the end of the verb, especially talking about the third person. So I decided to make a quick video. Let's get started. All right. When it comes to English grammar, I always give a key to my students and I tell them if you understand that, you will be able to understand everything when it comes to present sentences. That in English grammar, we have three persons. So, for instance, I already have prepared something little bit for your view that in English, we have three persons. So it's a secret. Okay, when we are having three persons, so we call them first person, second person, third person. But we have singular and we have plural. And then here we are going to make some example of the sentences because usage of everything in practical way is way better than just knowing them. All right, now we have first person singular, first person plural. Now, is there anyone who can tell me what is first person singular? If I say I is the first person singular, then what would be first person plural? Any guesses? Yes, we is the first person plural. We. All right. So I is first person singular, we is first person plural. Because if I say I am a teacher, then we say we are teachers. Okay. Second person, I is talking to you. I is talking to the second person. I'm talking to another person. I'm talking to you guys. So you is second person. Okay. Now I and you, these two people, they are talking to each other. But when you are using singular for second person, we say, how are you? So we say you as a singular for second person. But when it comes to second person plural, what we are going to use? Any guess? We are going to use you again. For example, I would say, how are you? So I'm talking to one person. But if I'm standing in front of a class and I say to my students, how are you? So I'm using you again. Okay, so you is the second person singular and you is the second person plural itself. Now come the VIPs. I really call them VIPs to my students because they are those who need special treatment. Okay, he, she, it is third person. For example, I was talking to you, and like this first person and second person, they were talking to each other. So I was like saying, I'm a teacher. What about you? So the you said that, yeah, I'm not a teacher though, but I am a lawyer and I work in court. So I and you, and they are talking to each other, they are telling to each other about themselves. If you is talking about himself or herself, then he would definitely use I. I am a lawyer. I'm not a teacher like you. So it's a discussion between I and you. None of them is talking about a person who is beyond I and you. But all of a sudden, I asks the first person asks the second person that, how about your brother? Is he working with you? So you'd say, no, he would use the word he. Okay, and he may have to have a special treatment for he, and which we are going to learn in a couple of seconds. Okay, but question comes here that he, she, it is the third person singular, but what would be the plural form for that? Any guess? They. They is third person plural. Okay, now we are going to make some sentences. So I would first make the sentence for first person singular. I teach. All right. Plural. We teach. Correct. I teach. One person is saying. We teach. All of her. All of us are talking about a profession that we teach. Okay. You play. Okay. Or you play cricket. You play cricket. If you are talking to one person, we'd say you play cricket. Okay. And then I would talk to a team of cricket. I would say you play cricket. Same. No change. But when it comes to he, she, it, so we would use he reads or she reads. Okay. Or it reads. It reads. What happened? We used S in the end of the verb when we were using he, she, it. We use that S in the end of the verb because that is a rule. If you are talking about he, she, it, you must have to add S and ES in the end of the verb. That's the rule. But this rule works only in the present sentences. Nowhere else. Now, if you are done with third person singular, let's check out what we are going to do when it comes to they. Any guess? If we are saying he reads, she reads, it reads, what would we do? We would say they read. We are not going to use any S or ES in the end of the verb when it comes to third person plural. So we would say no S and ES with they. All right, that's the rule. Okay, but if you notice, we used an action verb which has S, but we still need to make another sentence which would have ES, the use of ES. Let's try that one out. Okay. So I would say he washes. He washes. See? Wash is the verb, action verb, and in the end, if you notice, there is the use of ES. Now, same goes for she washes. Or it washes. I don't know why everyone is washing. All right. So when it comes to they, what we are going to say? They wash. We are not going to use any es in the end of the verb when it comes to third person plural. We are going to use it only when it comes to third person singular. Why? We call them VIPs, and VIPs need special treatment. Just take it in that way, right? So again, we are not going to use, we would put it as a mark for us and we would say no ES even with they. All right. I hope it was pretty easy. This is the way how I explain to my students that there are three persons in English language: first person, second person, third person, and we have first person singular, we have first person plural, and then we are making the sentences, and then we have second person singular is you, plural is you again, and you use it in a sentence. However, the VIPs are third person singulars only. VIPs are only, but please don't write it in your grammar notes that they are the VIPs, because I don't think so it's used in any other book, but I'm just making it just a matter of referring it. Third person singular only. Why? Because they need special treatment. What is the treatment? We have to use S and es in the end of the verb when it comes to use third person singular he, she, it. However, when it is third person plural, we are not using s or es in the end of the verb. We are using it like the same we use the verb with first person and second person singular and plural. So he reads, she reads, it reads, but they read. Same is the case with the usage of es in the end of the verb. We are using it with he, she, it, but we are not using it with they. He washes, she washes, it washes, everybody washes. So they wash. We would say the use of third person plural, they wash. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy.